The sun hadn't fully broken the horizon when Ethan Mercer noticed something wrong. His vineyard, normally silent at dawn, felt disturbed. The gate on the southern edge hung wide open, the chain twisted, the padlock snapped clean through. 3 sets of heavy bootprints cut through the dew-coated soil. Ethan moved slowly, phone in hand, recording every step. Years of fraud investigation had trained him well. Panic only hid evidence. The tracks led to the old storage barn. There he found 3 men in black polos marked HOA security, measuring, photographing, and writing fake violations. Their credentials were cheap, plastic badges, pixelated county logos, wrong fonts. When Ethan confronted them and began recording, they fled, leaving behind a paper citation. No letterhead. No case number. Just intimidation. Standing alone in the vineyard, Ethan understood. This wasn't confusion or a clerical error. This was a tactic. Someone wanted him afraid. 2 days later, Greg Lawson arrived like a man used to winning. A black luxury sedan. 2 suited assistants. The smile of someone who thought authority was the same thing as ownership. Greg claimed Ethan's land was now under HOA oversight due to updated county boundaries. Paperwork, stamped and polished, was pushed into Ethan's hands. But the details were wrong. Digital seals instead of embossed. Clean signatures no county official used. Reassessment dated during the assessor's medical leave. Ethan didn't argue. He simply noted everything. Greg warned him. Work with us, or this gets complicated. That was the moment Ethan stopped seeing the HOA as a nuisance and started seeing them as a case. Harassment came like a storm. Fake 1-star reviews. 23 accounts attacking his reputation in a single night. Environmental complaints. A county inspector arriving to investigate illegal chemical runoff. Fabricated, unsupported, but still filed. Building citations. A second inspector claimed his 1998 barn needed updated permits. Ethan showed documents. He got warnings anyway. Every accusation created a record. Not truth, paper. Paper that bureaucracies respected more than evidence. Then came the surveillance. 2 hidden cameras disguised in fake electrical boxes. Removed serial numbers. Aimed at the barn and Ethan's home. That wasn't harassment. That was reconnaissance. Ethan dug into records like he used to in his old life. The HOA had changed leadership 8 months earlier. Greg Lawson, new president. Before that, a lawsuit in Arizona. Fraudulent fees, intimidation tactics, forced sales. Settled quietly, but the pattern was clear. 3 families near the HOA boundary had moved under pressure. Their homes were bought by an LLC. Greenview Properties. Registered owner, Gregory Lawson. It wasn't about rules or community standards. It was a real estate scheme. Pressure, fear, forced sale, developer profit. Ethan knew predators like this. He'd put them in courtrooms before. The key to the operation was a name. Barry Hutchkins, County Environmental Compliance Officer. He signed the environmental complaints. He's the one the previous victims warned about. He approved fabricated violations to make lives impossible. Rachel, a former homeowner, confirmed it. He was the one who broke us. Be careful. The web was complete. Greg created fake authority. HOA foot soldiers delivered citations. Barry authenticated them. Victims sold cheap. Greg bought everything. Ethan now had motive and pattern. He just needed proof of intent. He called the only person he trusted to fight it properly. Attorney Claudia Brennan. She saw the forged documents and laughed, cold and amused. This wouldn't survive 30 seconds in court. But she was clear. They needed Greg to admit his intentions himself. Ethan would bait the hook. Play weak. Act desperate. Draw Greg in. Claudia reminded him. No coercion. Let his arrogance do the work. So Ethan sent the email. This fight is costing me more than the land is worth. Let's talk. Greg replied within an hour. They met at a quiet coffee shop. White walls. Neutral music. Witnesses who wouldn't remember a thing. Ethan arrived early, phone recording in his pocket. Greg walked in confident, unguarded. The two assistants stayed outside. He ordered without looking at the menu. See? It's easier when you don't fight. Sell now, before the county finds bigger violations. Ethan played the part. Maybe. I just want the harassment to stop. Greg leaned in, lowering his voice. Harassment? This is leverage. Land you're not using should be owned by people who can make money out of it. The inspectors work with us. You sell, the problems go away. Then he said the sentence Ethan had been waiting for. You will lose either way. You may as well get paid. There it was. Intent. Conspiracy. Abuse of office. Extortion. Ethan thanked him calmly, walked out, and sent the audio to Claudia. He didn't sleep that night. Not out of fear. Out of clarity. The case moved fast after that. Claudia filed complaints with County Prosecutor, State Bar, Environmental Oversight Board, Real Estate Fraud Division. Barry Hutchkins was suspended within a week. Greg Lawson was arrested 2 days later on charges of conspiracy to defraud, extortion, abuse of public office, real estate fraud. The HOA board dissolved itself to avoid further liability. The shell company was seized. The families who'd been forced to sell got restitution. And Ethan? He returned to his vines. There were no cameras now. No foot soldiers at dawn. No forged maps or fake violations. Just rows of grapes growing under clean sunlight. His father had been right. Land doesn't lie. People do. And some lies die in courtrooms. The harvest that year was the best he'd ever had.